Hi guys, I'm not there today because I have to go do something with my son. So here's the assignments that you need to complete today. First off, you need to do your lesson 5-1 daily journal. It's on your My Big Campus, and it's pretty easy. It says complete the sentence. Violence is ... So whatever you think violence is. If you don't have your laptops today, make sure you ask the teacher, and he will get you the new journal. So it's that white packet that's stapled. So answer the question. You will have a new assignment on My Big Campus. It will be called Violence Notes. So you have to open that, and then you will use those notes to answer the questions. Okay. So here's your PowerPoint today. It's talking about relationship violence. So your My Big Campus assignment will go along with this. So go along, find the answers, and fill it up, and then submit it to me. So here we go. We'll just go through these slides. The violence is all around us. Okay. So what is violence? Violence is a physical force that is used to harm people or damage property. Okay, so what are some examples of violence that you have observed in society? Where do you see it? You know, it's all around us. Graffiti, people fighting, arguing, people fighting with police, breaking things. Violence doesn't solve problems, it only makes things worse. So where do we see or find violence? We find it everywhere in TV shows, video games, movies. Alright? So it makes us numb to violence. So if we see it every day, we don't think much of it. So whenever we see it in real life, we're numb to it, so we think it's okay to see violent stuff. Some people might enjoy it. Alright, so, you know, at school when people videotape fights and stuff and post it on the internet, or, you know, other things like that. So we need to make good choices and not accept violence in life. So the next thing is, on My Big Campus, you have a assignment called Violence. What's it's got to do with me? If you don't have your laptops, then it's in your green folder, and it is the green workbook. Okay, so it's on page 2. Alright, it's about 10 questions, pretty easy stuff. You just have to answer questions about if you saw something violent, what would you think about it? So you'll have about 10 minutes to fill that out. After that, then we'll start the video again. Now, dating violence. Dating violence occurs when one partner in the dating relationship, either past or current, intentionally uses physical, sexual, verbal, or emotional abuse to harm, threaten, intimidate, or control the other partner. We will talk more in depth about dating violence and how to prevent it. We will also watch a video about dating violence. Alright, so if you're in a relationship where this occurs, of course, you have to probably rethink about being with that person. Okay. We talked about dating yesterday and the characteristics of a good relationship. You know, enjoyment, equality, honesty, trust, all that stuff. So if somebody's like this, then you need to get out of that relationship. Nearly 1 in 3 teens, 29% of teenagers have been in a dating relationship, experienced sexual abuse, physical abuse, threats, or physical harm to a partner or self. So that's 1 in 3. 1 in 3 teens also report knowing a friend or a peer who has been hit, punched, kicked, slapped, or physically hurt by a partner. 45% of teenage girls know someone who has been pressured or forced to have intercourse or oral sex. Okay, so being forced to do something against your will, of course, is illegal. So These things right here occur all the time. So we need to make good decisions about what we do and who we hang out with. So what is physical abuse? It's any unwanted contact with with another person's body. Physical abuse does not have to leave a mark or a bruise. So examples of physical abuse include slapping, kicking, choking, using a weapon, pulling hair, punching, spitting, pinching, physical restraint, meaning holding down, burning, scratching, biting, pushing, shoving, strangling. So any of these things right here, if your partner does that to you, get help and try to end the relationship. Verbal and emotional abuse, what is it? Saying or doing something to another person that causes that person to be afraid or have lower self-esteem. Trying to manipulate or control another person's feelings or behaviors. This includes online posts, digital communications designed to threaten, harass, or embarrass. So examples of this would be insulting the person or his or her family or friends, embarrassing the person in front of the peers or others, making racial, ethnic slurs about the person. Other examples, making unwanted comments or sending unwanted messages of a sexual nature to a person, spreading negative rumors about a person, yelling or screaming, threatening to commit suicide, telling the person to do what to do, intimidating the person, name calling, put downs, making the person feel guilty, and stalking. And of course, there's much, much more. Sexual harassment. Sexual harassment is any unwanted, unwelcome sexual behavior that makes you feel uncomfortable, offends you, hurts your reputation, frightens you, threatens you, and interferes with your ability to get an education or participate in school activities. Alright, the key word is unwanted and unwelcome. Sexual harassment is defined by the target. So it is not defined by the person that is doing the sexual harassment. It's defined by the person that's getting sexually harassed. Alright, so if a person feels if you're flirting with that person and they don't like it or it's unwelcome, then they can say it's sexual harassment. Of course, it's against the law in school, state, and federal laws. And it says 81% of students experience some form of sexual harassment during their school lives, and 27% experience it often. So examples of sexual harassment: sexual advances, touching intimate body parts, or coercing physical contact that's sexual in nature, jokes of a conversation of a sexual nature, other sexual motivated conduct, communications, or contact. So when does flirting become sexual harassment? Alright, flirting is welcomed. Alright, it is enjoyed. It is both ways. You feel in control. Now, sexual harassment is unwanted. It's one-sided. It makes you feel ugly or put down. So make sure, guys, if you're flirting with a young lady, make sure it's both ways and it's welcome. If the young lady does not want you to flirt with her, you better quit. Now, the cycle of violence. Okay? Many of y'all are in relationships, and hopefully you're in a good relationship. Now, there is a cycle of violence for relationships. Now, cycle of violence phase 1 is the tension phase. Things start to get tense between the two people. In this phase, they fight and argue a lot. The abuser yells at the target for no reason. The abuser makes false accusations about the target. The target feels that he or she can't do anything right. The atmosphere is intense, and things could blow up at any time. And when you're around these two people, you just feel like they're always arguing and fighting. Okay? It happens over and over again. Phase 2 is the explosion phase. This is the tension. This is when it is released in the physical, sexual, or verbal abuse. This is screaming or yelling in any way, frightening or humiliating the other person, hitting, grabbing, shoving, kicking, slamming doors, or hitting the wall, throwing objects, threatening to hurt the other person or someone who they care about, rape, or forcing him or her to do things that they don't want to do. So that's the explosion phase. The phase 3 is the honeymoon phase. That's when the abuser tells the target that they're sorry, they apologize, and they blame the abuser, the abuse on something else. Maybe they were drunk or high. They apologize and promise that it won't never happen again. They say, I love you. They buy gifts and flowers. They say it's because of stress and other things, but they don't take responsibility for it. So, and then of course, the violence continues. After the tension phase, it starts to build up, and then it leads to another explosion, where over time the honeymoon phase gets shorter and shorter, and then sooner or later there's no honeymoon phase. It's just tension, explosion, and it happens over and over again. So, what is texting or sexting? Sexting is the act of sending explicit sexual messages or photos electronically through your cell phone, of course. Things to know about sexting. Images sent by phone can easily fall in the wrong hands. Once posted online, they will never go away. So whenever you post online, you think you can delete, but guess what? They're always there. Others may copy and post your images in other places online where friends, family, and teachers can see you. So think about what you put online, right, before you post. Sexting can lead to public humiliation, cyberbullying, even sexual assault. It is illegal to take sexual photos of minors, and it is a crime to pass them on. So if you are over 18 and you get a sexual message or a sexting photo, it is illegal. It is called child pornography, and you would be registered as a sex offender for the rest of your life and thrown in jail. So think before you sin. 1 in 5 teen girls and boys say they have sent or posted online nude or suggestive images of themselves. So it happens. It's common. 40% of young people say they are pressured by guys, and they is a reason why girls or women post sexual sexting images online. And then 20% of young people say they're pressured from their friends, or reasons why they post things online. So the consequences of sexting, of course: stress, fear, shame, guilt. Can lead to child pornography charges, sexual assault, attorney fees, lots more money than you have. The emotional side is sad, embarrassed, feeling used. So, and then being labeled, judged. There were rumors spread about you. So, like the photo says, protect yourself and your reputation. Never send nude photos to anyone. So, is sexting sexual harassment? Yes. Yes, it is. If it makes you feel uncomfortable in any sexual way, it is classified as sexual harassment. So, earlier we talked about violent relationships. How do you end a violent relationship? So be cautious. The most dangerous time for a person to end a relationship is after the breakup. This is whenever the abusive partner is most likely to feel at loss of control, so they will want to be with that person. So put safety first. If you're going to break up with somebody like this, make sure you tell somebody, tell a parent, a counselor, a teacher, a friend, that you're going to break up with that person, and so you can be safe, so nothing can happen to you. Okay, so hopefully you got all the information there, copied it down. Also, like I said, this video is going to be on your MyBig Campus, so you can have it, so you can get all your notes and stuff, so you can submit everything. Alright, so have a good day, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Alright, bye.